you disconnected in. I tell you that mare that Jesse's got.
Uh-huh.
When I bought her, you could saddle her. But you'd go to get on her and she'd wheel around that way on that panel where you couldn't get your leg down. I'd never had one like that. Fairgrounds Mary had messed with her.
Fairgrounds who?
Mary. I started bringing over there to you. Maybe I better let you do that. Wool piggy. A little horse. Let's get over that. Wool pig. This yellow horse, Jim said kicked him in the chest.
Uh-huh.
Years ago when he was a kid. Oddie was gonna start him. We went up and got him. The guy had messed with him quite a bit. We brought him home. Oddie got on him down at the fairgrounds. Had several bad wrecks with him. That sucker tuck his head on his chest and run. Couldn't pull him either way. And I said, howdy, in the morning, we're going up to Dick Perry's to run the horses. You're gonna take that yellow horse. He said, yeah, I know it. I said, go out there tonight when you come in. He always come home about midnight, 1 o'clock. I said, you go out and put the bareback rigging on. And you tie his head one way into that rigging. Leave. Next morning we got up. I said, that's a horse saddle. He said, I can't ride him. He can't hardly stand.
Can't hardly what?
Stand. I said, how? Get out of here. Get. Get.
I better step over the rail.
Get. Get out of here.
Come on through there, lady.
There. I said, now, howdy. You do what I say. Saddle that sucker up and we'll go to Dick Perry's. He could double him one way. When we got back, that horse had forgot tucking his head. He could turn both ways. Then we took him back up there and turned him around for a couple. I turned him out for a month or two.
She doesn't like that dog.
Got Howdy, Jim in the chest kicking at him. Jim thought because me and Howdy had rode him, he'd kick him around a little bit.
Uh-huh.
He kicked that old horse, and he whirled, kicked him right in the chest. My horse is the same color as this one that we talk about being so mean.
Uh-huh. That wasn't Hannibal the Cannibal, was it?
No. He, after he bucked old Jim off, Jim finally told me one day, he said, you know, I knew all along you was afraid of that horse. That's why you didn't do this and you didn't do that. He said, after that happened, he said, I discovered Dad wasn't afraid of the son of a bitch. Dad was just trying to stay ahead of him. Boy, he was a rotten bastard.
Did you turn him in the bit yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, our little latch works.
Huh?
Our latch works.
Yeah, but he skinned his butt on that. Son of a bitch, you can't have nothing. I'll have to put a patent over that.
What do you think, lady?
Gonna drag them fields this morning, that one anyway.
Get out of here, you son of a bitch.
Lady, get your nose out of the camera.
Now, whoa. Can't tell you what I wanted to, horse. This is where I have trouble, Vern. I talk to these horses all the time.
Uh-huh.
Nancy's old aunt that had been an old maid school teacher for years come out once where I was shoeing her horse. I was talking to it. She's an old retired woman. I said, "Ooh, I am sorry. Don't slip on me when I'm shoeing horses." I talked to him. She said, "I know. If I haven't heard it before, I won't know what it is. And if I've heard it before, chances are I will ignore you." She said, "Just go ahead and talk all you want to." She said, "It's better than beat."
You tell her I do that too.
Oh, I was talking to an old horse up there at Chilton one day.
Jesus, dog.
I was embarrassed. Looked around that little honey sitting on the couch in that old shop. She laughed. She said, "If it'd been nice, I'd admired you for it." The way you talk to him, I have to ignore you. Boy, son, took your head off.
How was the video yesterday? Was it too dark?
Huh?
Was the video too dark yesterday?
Yeah, it was. It's locked up in the house. And it wouldn't reach out there.
Oh, the day before.
No, it was,
Cause it says low light,
yeah.
but it looks fine on the recorded tape.
Ooh. 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 Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna get those tapes and bring them over and let you.
He can't tape it on our TV. I won't let him.
I'm gonna get him to record that whole tape.
Whoa. Wasn't ready for you.
And sometimes that backhoe sounds like an elk.
Sounds like a what?
Elk?
Oh. What are you gonna do, Al? Saw that off?
Come the first 2 or 3 times.
Uh-huh.
And he said it saved a lot of wrecks. which it does. Get off of me, hammerhead. I think that's the dumbest thing I ever got in the habit of doing.
What?
Cheeking them old horses.
Booze. Lay down, lady.
I told Tegan, my greatest fear was him going over right through there yesterday if I got Lay down!
That's up, lady.
You're supposed to get on or a little more graceful than I did. Somebody painted a picture in that cowboy magazine, Tegan and me on the desert.
Uh-huh.
I know they did. That old cowboy rabbit jumped up out from under a bush and he lost his rein. Now this is where his sister give us much trouble.
I'll bet.
She would run backwards and like run up to that door.
Uh-huh.
Try the world to go out that door. Even though with the panel shut.
And they're full brothers and sisters.
Yeah. Same stud horse. Same mare.
Well, that's a beautiful little horse. I like that little horse.
And that's what Patty said to me, a mare wants as good looking a mare as you ever laid eyes on to start. And I said, Patty, she's already twisted the bars in my pack saddle I had. And I don't my good saddle on her. And I really don't want to put me on her. Patty said, load her up and send her to Ravendale to me. He said, I'll tell you a little story. You started 2 or 3 of her full brothers and no trouble. We've never had a gelding out of that old mare like you're describing this mare. But all the filly colts are the same.
I'll be darned.
If I get up on Snookle Mountain, the cougar gets me on him. That's all. This done got a colored horse I had, was down there all you saddled him. I didn't care if you had him. Like for this wall tide,
Uh-huh.
he'd blow up and buck into it. Don't ever think an old horse can't blow up and buck into here.
Oh, I know it.
These guys will tell you they can't, but they ain't rode many colts.
Where's the best place to get those tapes? Blank, VH?
Oh, Payless.
Oh, okay.
Anywhere, Walmart. Walmart would be cheapest.
I ain't worried about the price. In the county department, huh?
Yeah.
He'd have to blow up pretty high to get your head up there.
That's what they do. All they'd have to get's 2 foot off the ground.
Well, about 3 feet.
No, I never reached that high. That little old mare that come from Willow Valley,
Uh-huh.
I had 4 of these set up in the corners and down in the mud for her. Each is better. She bucked in the corner of them so hard that she moved 3 corners and hit my head on the corner. She was that far. And I didn't have a hat on. And I thought I did. And I was feeling for my hat, feeling for my hat. It knocked me dingy as hell. Nancy said, Al, why did you wait till it got dark? And all them big old boys leave before you got on her. I said, didn't want them to say they're right. I thought I damn sure had one. And I got her to ride in there where I could handle her. I set up 6 pounds. That was more than she could take. She just went plumb berserk, threw a fit and pulled my groin muscle. The old Frank, he said, Al, you fed me and you let me stay here. I'll take her down and ride her on Elliott Road at Linda Fricky's. They'd plowed that ground up about that deep. He come back, he said, Al, if I hadn't known you was riding her, I'd have called you a liar. He said, we went clear on that 50-acre field, her bawling and squalling, striking at her head. And he said, I got up there and said, well, I don't need this halter rope on her. He said, I leaned over and unsnapped it. When it hit the ground, he said, away we went. And they never did get her down. Them 3 boys or 4 went down and rode her all one day and that, and told me to bring some way down the next morning. And they'd demonstrate her. And Howdy stepped on that old witch. And we was as far from him out there in that field as there. Here she whirled and come right after me and Shumway. We was running like mad, and Shumway said, Howdy, pull your saddle off of her. Bring her home, you'll get paid for what you guys have done. He said, she's a hopeless witch. When I was a kid, just younger than Tejan is now, I went up and worked on a hay and crew up Brown's Burrow right above Madford, Eagle Point. And that old guy, we spent 2 or 3 days getting this old mare in. He wanted to see me ride her. Well, I never took that when I was a kid in my life. She bucked and she bawled, and we went down there 10 or 15 miles from home on her. She got sore-footed. She had a real bad fire cut on one front foot that healed up. Her feet being long, she pried that open again. She's standing in the middle of this gravel road with her legs throttled out, her front legs. And then, you know that cement used to come in them old paper bags?
Yeah.
I had a McCarty. That's just a rope. Pop that. And instead of just popping the sack, it made a hole in it, and that sack come back up with the rope.